What's going on is Fist bringing you the news like I do, and I didn't realize after that video that I made today that there's a lot of stuff I didn't know what was going on, and so I wanted to cover a lot more. There's more to be said. So, anyways, I just want to give you a little backstory before I go into this video. It's basically a video vlog, so it's gonna be a minute. So you want to sit down and listen to it, but it's a good story, so you can sit back and relax, and it's something to watch. And so I went to the company Christmas party. Was sitting there, and everything was cool. I had everything was awesome. So I get home, and I'm like, all right, I'm stuffed, drink, everything was great. And I'm laying down, and I fall asleep, and excuse me, I fall asleep, and all of a sudden I see these, like I get woken up by flashing lights. I'm a light sleeper. And I go to look out the window, and it's my neighbor getting arrested because they were drunk driving. I mean, literally, they pulled into their driveway, and the cops arrested her and threw her in jail and took her car. And I'm like, why would you drive home at 2 in the morning exactly on the dot? You either come home a half hour early or an hour after the club or whatever when you go out. That's a little tip from me to you. Just don't do it. So, anyways, so I woke up. I couldn't go back to sleep, and so here I am. And I watched my video. I was on Twitter. I'm sorry, I was on Twitter. So I'm reading Twitter, and I follow Michael Condrey. He's the developer at Sledgehammer, and I'm seeing him like on my timeline dancing and shit. So I'm gonna be swearing. I'm gonna be talking about a lot of people. So if you got a problem with swearing, turn off the video. If you got a problem with that stuff in general, just turn it off. And I want to make a statement before I do this video. The reason that I'm making this video, the real reason that I'm making this video is because that the fun that I used to have on a game that I love was taken away from me. And it pissed me off, and I'm salty about it. That's the only thing. I don't care, the video that I made yesterday, I didn't know, I'm going to talk about it, but I don't care if anybody has tons of success and they're making tons of money, and I'm not hating on anybody or people getting awards or any of that shit. I don't fucking care if you got 1,000 awards. Just don't fuck with my fun on a game that I love. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing that, I'm going to be honest about, and I'm going to cover it completely. And I'm being honest about everything, to be honest with you. But that's the real reason I'm making this video is because, I think not only do I speak for myself, but I think I speak for millions of people who are not on the social stratosphere, and that includes every fucking social media outlet that's included. I don't think those people, they just don't come back. And I think I speak for them, and they're, and probably it's good for the most of society that they find something else to do than waste their time on a video game. But some people enjoy that shit. You know what I mean? You grew up playing video games. That's what you did. You had fun. Da 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 da. And you enjoy that. There's certain games that you love, and that's your shit. And if you fuck it up and you take that away from somebody, and you had that fun going on, that action, and that you got your groove on with it, you're gonna be salty about it. So that's the one reason that I'm making this video, and more than anything is pointing out that I've been on the Call of Duty train since day one. I've been here before dudes were even esports, before even fucking esports was Call of Duty. You know what I mean? I was here before that. So I could tell you the beginning to the end of the whole fucking thing, and that's what I'm gonna cover right now. This video is gonna be a while, so sit back and listen. And it's more or less, it's if it's calling out anybody, it's calling out the Activision and the developers. This video is going to be calling out Activision and developers. That's who's at fault here. They should know better, and it's a shame on them. So after all that shit happened, and the cops, whatever, and I go lay back down in bed, and I'm going through Twitter, and I scroll down, and I see Michael Condrey. I follow him. He's developer at Sledgehammer. I see him dancing and shit on my timeline, and I'm like, well, what is this? He's like, oh, we're gonna fix that for you. Da, da, da. I'm like, who the fuck's he talking to? And so I look over, and it's like Nadeshot, and Nadeshot, he is esports famous, and he said something. I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing this private match. And I'm like, listen, this dude just punked the shit out of. He just punked the shit out of. He wasn't even addressing Michael Condrey. He just punked the shit out of the whole Call of Duty dev team. Like literally, they put all their eggs in this kid's basket, and everybody in this esports genre basket. So, they traded all of YouTube for fucking like one guy. This is what they did. Now, like I said, I'm not hating on Nadeshot. Like I'm happy for that whole movement and those guys getting paid, because they deserve to fuck the shit out of Activision and get paid. And these fucking developers who danced around like little nerds. And I know for a fact that Glenn Schofield, he ain't down for that shit. He's probably the only dude over there who probably slapped the shit out of some of these kids. He's just annoyed by them. But, for some reason, they got him convinced that they think that's the way to go, and it's not. To be honest with you, Glenn Schofield was smart enough to get rid of fucking Robert Bolin when he had the chance. And that was probably a big mistake, too, because he was a big portion of it that kept this regular community, a casual community of people who had fun playing the game going. But let me go ahead and backtrack even further, because I don't want to sound like I'm hating, so I want this to all make sense. So I'm going to go back. This all started, and I'm going to cover this completely. This all started in the second year. Back in the day, Machinima was the only paid subscription. It was the only paid YouTube channel that paid people to post gaming videos. They had licensing. They paid to promote gaming videos, and that was it. And so Machinima got really big because they were the only ones doing it. They monopolized the whole market. So they were the only ones. They were getting all the revenue from Google AdSense, and they were the ones making all the money. So they're getting so much money, and then, by like the third or fourth year into YouTube, they hired some personalities like Hutch, and C-Nanners, and then they got this image going where they wanted to have this award show. And so they had this gaming award show the first year, and the second year was really big. They spent a lot of money on it. And the second year they had David Vonderhaar, the studio head for Treyarch. They were going to award him, and so he had to come out and accept the award. Now, granted, when Call of Duty 4 was out and West and Zambella was out, these guys, they never listened to anybody. They made the game the way they wanted to make it, and that was it. So think about Call of Duty 4. When they made that game, that was their vision of the game, and that was it. That's the game, and the only input that they got was when they had an actual beta for the public to play the game, and those were the fixes that were made on the game. That was it. So here comes along Fwiz. Fwiz comes along, and he gets, I don't know, through some type of connection, I don't know if it was through Hacks or somebody, but he got hired into, I know what it was. It was, so Machinima was just Machinima, but the people that were getting into Machinima used to be in optics. So like you'd have Optic Hutch, who used to be a sniper, and then you had like Optic J, who got in there, and then so you had all these guys that used to be in the Optic clan back in the day where it was just a sniping clan that were working at Machinima. And so somehow Fwiz got over there. He really wasn't in that clique, but he was. I remember he tweeted to me and he was like, "Yo, this is do you want a game a couple times? We're all about this esports initiative and da 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 da." So, the way I looked at it back then was that they're doing what young guys do. They further their careers and basically use Machinima to get further ahead in life. There's nothing wrong with that, but it is what it is, So, they started holding this Machinima Cup thing. Shit was boring. Nobody watched it. It was terrible. But they ran it anyways, and they still got people paid, so they was creating a little bit of momentum. And this was all like Fwiz's idea, and they designed the team, and he was gung ho for that whole thing. But at the same time, he was riding that ship. He created that niche for himself. Eventually down the road, that propelled him to vice president of MLG. He got out of a dying Machinima. He got promoted to MLG, and then from MLG, because he had so much, face time, that he got promoted to gaming, online gaming for YouTube. It's all, it's all thanks to being there. And so, award show was the second award show, and David Vonderhaar was there, and I was conversating with him. There was never going to be a stats leaderboard. I remember from Battlefield 2, I was conversing with him on the forums, and I said, it'd be cool if we could see our stats, da 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 da. And he was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. I said, I think I could do that for the next game. And then you just had scores, like, how high score, that was it. It was kind of boring. And I was like, you should be able to see your stats like Battlefield 2. And so he implemented all those stats, and I thought we were conversing and everything like that. And as soon as this second year award shows at Machinima happened, like, all that shit changed. Like, his whole idea about everything in the for Call of Duty had changed. Like, literally, I had told NASA, I said I should have went to the Machinima award shows. That literally changed the course of Call of Duty. And there's a lot, this is a deep story. So, that right there changed everything. Like Fwiz and Hex and Grizz and all those guys and Hutch all got into his ear. And like I said, I'm not hating on those guys. If these developers like David Vonderhaar was nerd lonely so bad and he got taken advantage of, then so be it. All these guys, Hex and Fwiz, completely benefited from it. Look at Optic Gaming right now. It's like selling T-shirts. And there can only be one Nadeshot. Let me get that straight. The rest of these, all these other guys who are chasing Nadeshot, it doesn't matter how good you get aches. It doesn't matter how many tournaments you win and all that shit talking you do. You're never going to be a Nadeshot. There could only be one guy. Instead of having 30, 40, 100 YouTubers that all could make, they could all make a living or be something or be, and take it out to a different direction. Instead, they put all their eggs in one person, one basket, and the rest of like every single esports dude that's in Call of Duty is irrelevant. It doesn't matter how shitty Nadeshot is. There's one guy, and that's it. And that's him. Just like how T-Squared was, that's Nadeshot. Same exact carbon copy, same thing. So going back to this award show, and then I'm going to cover more of that as I go along in this video. Like I said, I'm not hating on nobody. The developers, are the biggest clowns in the universe for Call of Duty. They got Kony 2012. They got bamboozled the biggest out of anybody, and the people that are paying for it is like literally Bobby Kotick, the CEO, and the shareholders. They are paying the tab for like Optic Gaming and maybe FaZe getting paid, and the MLG and a couple of people's other agendas. But hey, if I was hexing those guys, I would have did the same thing. I would have took them to the hole. I would have got paid. And they may say different, but the bottom line is, I mean, this business. And they did what they did, and they got away with it. That's the bottom line. And the reason I'm salty about it is because they fucked up my fun on Call of Duty. This fucking game is a piece of shit online. You know what? If you would have fucking made this game really fun and kept it the way it was and had it awesome and I could do the shit I could do, I wouldn't give a fuck how many awards and t-shirts and all that bullshit. I don't give a fuck about that. Go ahead and make all your money. But when you fuck with my fun, I'm going to make these videos and I'm going to say what the fuck I'm going to say, and that's it. I don't give a shit. You know, it doesn't affect me one way or the other. So the truth be known. So, so going on with this, I mean, it's going to turn into a long vlog. I mean, like, I gotta fucking, this got to be clear. You guys got to know what the fuck's going on here. So this party, this annual second award show at Machinima, basically, it was the end of Call of Duty. These guys literally infiltrated fucking David Vonderhaar's mind, totally fucked up Call of Duty. And you know what? They just said, look, we're going to make this game this way. And somehow they convinced him that this is the way the game should be played. And ever since Black Ops 1, the fucking unit sales have been going downwards. And these guys' careers and their fucking esports initiative, they're the only ones benefiting from it. And at the same time, everybody who like myself, who like to used to have the fun playing the game, their fucking fun is suffering. It's terrible. It's a nightmare to play. It's a travesty. And I'd like to point out that you're a fucking clown. You developers, David Vonderhaar, Glenn Schofield, Michael Condrey, Eric Heisberg, Bobby Kotick, you guys have been fucking played. You're the biggest social idiots on the internet. You guys have fallen for the biggest Coney 2012 of all time. And these guys, and thank goodness, I'm happy for them. I'm glad they got paid off of you guys. You're up there busting your ass, struggling for peanuts, trying to make this game. You got the marketing department spending $300 million so Nadeshot can make $1 million. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's how stupid this is how stupid this whole operation is. It's retarded. So, beforehand, I think it was Wes and Zappel. They didn't give a shit about what the community said. They didn't give a shit about esports. They didn't want to hear it. They made the game the way they wanted. Everybody had fun. Here's the thing. You know, David Vonderhaar and they went for this whole esports initiative, and there was this whole group of like Woody's Gamertag, White Boy, 7th Street. There's a ton of other people that were huge in the community that were doing Call of Duty videos, and tons of other 100,000s and less subscriber guys or whatever doing videos. They were all having fun posting the videos. So you're getting huge marketing for free. You're advertising for free. I mean, you know, all you had to do is make the game fun for everybody to enjoy, and it was out there for everybody to play. There was no worries. Now you see like Nadeshot, and like I didn't even know there was a fucking gaming award show. Let's get this out of the way too. Nadeshot is not esports gamer of the year. There's probably some fucking Chinese dudes who play League of Legends that are gamers of the year. I mean, wasn't there some fucking guys who won like $1 million esports fucking? Wasn't there a team out of China that won a $10 million fucking first prize? I mean, these guys are fucking play day and night all day long. Nadeshot at best is an average esports player, and I'm just keeping it real. I mean, like, how do you get that award? Is it something like? Is it another marketing fucking ploy? I mean, I wonder if what's that dude? The guy who created this fucking Vegas show. I mean, that's what it is, a Vegas show. I wouldn't be surprised that Activision, Jeff Godfrey, whatever his fucking name is, I wouldn't be surprised how much Activision sponsored this show and literally put their front man out there. And another thing, I want to point this out too before you guys get fucking Coney 2012 all over the place. I mean, Activision is very fucking manipulative in their marketing. They literally, I know that PewDiePie, this is another fucking, like I said, PewDiePie was adamant, and he's infamous about saying, well, I'm never going to play Call of Duty. That's not what I was known for, so I had to create my own different niche. So I went and made fucking the little picture screen thing where he made fun out of video games and shit like that, and that's what his stick was. And I think he tried Call of Duty a long time ago. If you look at his very first videos, the shit didn't work out for him. And so here, let me tell you this, how manipulative Activision marketing is. I mean, this is how creative they have to be because this game is so fucking terrible. Because they just don't get it. They don't listen to the public. But they went and Activision somehow contacted South Park. And South Park decided to put this guy on because somehow Activision lawyers contacted South Park, and the skit was terrible. I think this was the worst South Park skit. This was the lamest South Park skit that I've ever seen, and they completely manipulated. They dangled that carrot in front of PewDiePie's eyes, like, you could be on South Park. All you have to do is talk about Call of Duty. We're going to have Cartman mention Call of Duty 100 times. We're going to have the rest of the guys on the crew mention Call of Duty Advanced Warfare 100 bazillion times. And then you're going to play the game that you said you weren't going to play on YouTube on fucking South Park. And when I seen that shit, I was like, you fucking sellout. And he did. I mean, PewDiePie was a fucking sellout and doesn't even know it. That's how smart marketing, that's how ingenious Activision marketing is. Like, literally, when you got some company that's got billions of dollars, it's fucking like grabbing for a life raft, that's how creative they get. And they pulled out PewDiePie, and that's what they did on South Park. They probably sponsored this award show, and I did not know about this award show. So when I made that video yesterday or today, it wasn't in response to the award show at all. I didn't know about it until I read fucking Michael Condrey dancing, and then I switched over to Nate Shot's Twitter, and I saw he's hanging out in Vegas, and I'm like, good for him. And I'm like, he's like just fucking making them fucking developers dance like bitches. You straight bitch, you're a straight pussy bitch dancing for Nate Shot. I'll tell it to your face. If I ever see you in person, I'm gonna tell it to your face. Man, don't let me see you in like anywhere. If I catch you out somewhere and I'm gonna videotape it, I'm gonna post it on YouTube. I'm gonna put you fucking straight on Front Street. Cause you fucked up the fun in my game. You fucked my fun up. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And there's a lot of other people out here that feel the same way I do. So, I'm fucking totally fuming on that. So, so going on to this award show, going back, a couple years back. So David Vonderhaar got fucking totally mind fucked by the whole crew. By that whole crew at Optic, fucking whatever, collage of people that were at Machinima to do the esports initiative. And then David Vonderhaar mind fucked Eric Heisberg, who's a fucking lazy drone who doesn't do any work, who has David Vonderhaar do all his work for him in the fucking Call of Duty realm, has him do everything. It's ridiculous that they just let those and they're making who's tasked to save this game is marketing. That's who's tasked to save this game. So I'm not mad at Nate Shot. I'm not mad at Hex and Optic Gaming. I'm not mad at Fwiz. They're all fucking good for them. I'm glad these guys, moved up on the fucking chain of life and getting paid on the expense of Activision. The only thing I'm salty about is the fact that they fucked up the fun of my game. And these developers are straight fucking morons. Dave Vonderhaar, you're an idiot. Michael Condrey, you're an idiot. You basically traded fucking all of YouTube videos and streaming, people enjoying themselves, having fun on their game. You basically cut out every single fucking person except for the people who think they're going to be the one fucking Nate Shot that exists on the planet. You have 4,000 pros chasing the fucking dream. Those are the biggest clowns. You know who the biggest fucking clowns are? Every other clown who thinks they're gonna fucking beat Nate Shot and then beats them and says they beat him, but nobody really gives a shit because you're not Nate Shot. You're fucking Aches. You're not Nate Shot. Who the rest of you fucking guys, you're not Nate Shot. You're chasing a fucking bone that you'll never get. You got the stick on your back with the bone and the string hanging down, and you're running after it, and all you're doing is you're pushing him to the top of the pyramid. You're never, ever gonna reach that fucking status of. There's like I said, there's only one of those guys, and see that's a problem. You have one Nate Shot, but you had 100 YouTube commentators that were doing good. You see the point there? You get that? 100 commentators that were doing the same thing, or 100. You could have easily been 100 plus commentators, 100 plus commentators with 1 million subscribers, getting views or whatever, showing people and having fun. I mean, if that's the road, if that's what we're equating it to. So, I mean, you traded down. You had a hot bitch and you traded down to a fucking sea hag. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. You know, and then anytime Nate Shot or Optic Gaming or anybody in that little clique says something about your fucking game, here you are dancing on Twitter like a fucking clown. You know what? People look at you and they laugh at you. They're like, look at this fucking retarded adult jumping for this teenage kid who has all these fucking social power, making this bitches dance. And they're laughing. They are laughing at you, Glenn Schofield and Michael Condrey. You guys are fucking dancing. I mean, I'm sure Vaughn is dancing at you. He's laughing at you. He's like, look at these guys dancing. You guys are dancing. Like, how are you, like, I mean, I guess you guys are like, I'm going to make this game. I don't give a shit, whatever. The fucking CEO tells me to make it for esports. I'm going to kiss their ass and do it. Fuck everybody else. I mean, that's what they tell me to do. That's the shareholders' money. What do you want me to say? I'm new. Yeah, I guess that's it. You're fucking a bitch caught in the middle. But it's pretty sad when you don't sell when you can't beat the supposedly the worst Call of Duty ever made, Ghosts. And you're over there kissing ass on Twitter like a chump. Straight chump. How do you feel about that? Like when you go home to your wife or your family and you're like, man, I had to kiss this little kid's ass today. He fucking little esports guy told me he wasn't gonna play my game. I better fucking answer him. Man, this is gonna be so much fucking backlash. Like, what the fuck do you care what that kid says anyway? Nothing. Like I said, it's not personal. But what the fuck do you care what he says? 20 million people buy your game. How the fuck do you guys care what these guys say? I don't understand it. It doesn't matter if Nate Shot and every fucking guy that he knows with 1 million fucking subscriber pro syndicate, and every single one of them sat there and said what you did was wrong with their game. It wouldn't fucking matter. There's 20 million other people who buy the game who are not on social media. Don't give a fuck what those guys say. So why the fuck are you jumping through hoops for fucking these chumps? I don't get it. It's just fucking mind-blowing that you guys, the developers at Call of Duty CEO, are being fucking Coney 2012. You guys are getting taken to the fucking rim, fucking alley-oop, fucking slam dunked on, man. Your fucking heads are getting splashed on, man. Like fucking nuts in your face. I'm fucking hanging from the rim, rubbing my fucking nuts in your face. That's embarrassing. I've never seen some shit. I've been on these forums. I've been on YouTube since day one. I've been on Twitter before anybody else. I was on Twitter 2007, 2008, 2006. I was on fucking YouTube when this shit first opened up. I've never seen a fucking gaming company, $1 billion gaming company, get fucking manipulated like this. And getting taken down. Like literally, I mean, it's fucking amazing. What was that, 30, 40 million units in 1 year? You're down to 11. Doesn't that fucking like, bing, bing, a light bulb come on your head and say, this ain't the right way. We're not doing, this isn't right what we're doing. And you fucked up my fun, so that's what I'm going to say about it. I mean, look, all those other guys making money, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you got your fucking little awards and all that shit. I don't give a shit. I'm happy that you got paid. Look, if I was that young and all that shit too, I'd be happy too. And I just want you to understand my video. I'm not hating on you guys that are benefiting from retarded developers falling for this shit and your little esports games and shit like that. Look, if you want to have esports games, they're so fucking awesome and great, have them make a standalone fucking esports game. See how much that sells. See how many units you sell of motherfucking esports by itself. Or just go ahead and sell it that way. Just, you know what? You want to make it a spectator sport? Just release a small fucking downloadable game for these clowns. There's only 4,000 of them. Just make it for them. Give it to them. You give them the game anyway. And just let us have our game. Who gives a fuck what they do? The whole thing is I want to have fun again. I want to come home. I want to be able to play somebody who could pick up an M16 just like me. The same exact gun that's fucking, you know, that is an arcade shooter. I don't want it to be corny or nothing, but, you know, in the sense of like a Call of Duty 4 or something like that. You know, okay, you got the M16, let's get it on. And none of this fucking matchmaking gay bullshit where I have to be thrown in this. I'm not a fucking, I don't want to play esports. I don't give a shit about competition. I want to just play people that have a great connection like I do. And if they happen to be good, well, awesome. I get a little competition in that game. Not every fucking game I got to go in here and go, oh, man, it's connection and fucking matchmaking and it's fucking, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's a fucking, it's tired. Your whole fucking idea is tired. I mean, look, history repeats itself. And let me warn you, you can come back and look at this video because it'll be here years and years and years after this fucking I'm long gone and Call of Duty's long gone. You can come back and look at these videos that I posted over the time and realize, well, where the fuck did we go wrong? Where did Activision's gonna sit back one day and go, where the fuck did we go wrong? I mean, if there's a fucking historian on the internet about gaming, I'm that guy. Well, at least for Call of Duty. And it's just terrible. It's just terrible that, you know, you cannot make it, that you gotta fucking bug up your ass. Like, it bothers you that bad to have people have fun on your game and post videos of them doing whatever the fuck they want in Call of Duty. Like, you got a fucking problem with it. Like, you go out of your way to make the game retarded. Like, you can't have fun. Like, and then on top of that, why even market it to this people that are out here if you're just gonna fucking be an esports game, or that's what you're trying to be? Why would you even do that? You know, I know why you're doing it. You're trying to fucking bridge the gap over, and hopefully your fucking Nadeshot star that you're promoting. I mean, it's all you're fucking doing anyway. You're making him a star, and that's fine. You know, your own little award show that's fucking bullshit because you know he ain't fucking esports gamer of the year. Just fucking, this Chinese dude should be esports gamer. Let's be serious about it. This guy is not even better than Aches or anybody on his fucking team. Okay, he's just a fucking, he's an ambassador. You know, like the guy that gets the fucking Medal of Honor and he just goes everywhere and waves about everything and shit. He's the guy that waves his hand and shit. You know, I mean, look. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Just fucking take them, just take esports out of it and just stick them in commercials or something. You know, have them sit there and go, oh, you could be this kid too, whatever. I mean, just go sell that version of the game. Just keep us out of it. So anyways, that's my morning rant. That's the real deal on it. And like I said, let me just reiterate this. I don't give a shit how many awards you get, how much money you make. My nose really did itch. I'm not fucking I really don't care how much money you make. I don't care about all your awards. I don't care about all your esports and all that shit. You can have all that shit. Go ahead and tell Michael Condrey, look, I think these guys, they need to have their fun too. Why don't you just make us a separate game? Make Call of Duty, let them play what it is. But you're not going to do that because you don't want to make yourself irrelevant, because that's what would happen if that happened. But the point is that, as soon as another first-person shooter comes out that's irrelevant, and history will repeat itself, just like Halo died with its esports initiative, and this is what's going to happen to Call of Duty. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a first-person shooter military classic game. It's just the way about that they're going as presenting it, and the consumer index of how they feel about it is what's going on. They're just not happy with it, not having fun. Not, like I said, I mean, out of fucking 30 million people, 4,000 esports stars, I mean, not even 3,999 of them are not fucking stars. They're nothing but a pyramid for Nadeshot. That's what they are. I mean, Nadeshot can just sit there. He don't even have to fucking practice. If I was Nadeshot, I'd be like, fuck it, I'm not practicing. We could lose every fucking game that we play in from this point forward. It does not matter. Because I'm socially locked in, and basically I can say whatever I want to say. I can lose every fucking game, and just, if I come in the top 3 places, that's all that matters, even though I fucking might get, my team carries me all the fucking time. Yeah, who gives a fucking shit? I'm getting paid. Doesn't matter. Hex is getting paid. Doesn't matter. Fucking everybody in my clique is getting paid. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The rest of these esports guys, they're fucking eating crumbs. I do like this. I sprinkle crumbs on hoes. That's all you fucking dudes are. You fucking Nadeshot sprinkled crumbs on you hoes. That's all you guys are. So anyways, it's fucking hilarious. I sit there and I'm watching everybody's like, oh, Ace he's awesome. Yeah, you're sitting there and fucking, you're constantly in Nadeshot's wake. Constantly. No matter, you could beat him 100 times. You still ain't going to be better than him. You got to come up with something fucking, you need a promoter like Hex to somehow make you surpass him. The fucked up hand was a good story. You got a lot of people bite on that one. Oh, my hand's all messed up. I beat him with one. I beat him with one hand. Boo-hoo. I'm so humble. Look, that was good. You need a promoter to carry that a little bit further. Seem like the sad guy, man, fucking have some tragedy happen to you, and you're fucking, boom, you explode. But you gotta have something, you gotta have something big happen for you, like a movie star or something, kiss your ass, or you need something big. Or, maybe Nadeshot will get old, and there'll be another, and it's not gonna be another star coming from Call of Duty. It's going to be whatever the next big game is. They're just going to duplicate what they did for T-Squared on the Nadeshot, and then whoever the next guy is, that's fucking a little tweeny bopper, has a little story, and they fucking build him up, and boo-hoo, and, Coney 2012, here we go again. And look, I'm not hating on it. I'm just like, look, guys, this is what's going on. Don't be fucking, if you like that shit, that's cool. All I'm saying is bring back the fucking fun in my game. And you fucking developers at Call of Duty, stop being fucking pussy. Stop being fucking fish. Stop being straight fucking squirmish pussy. Stop being fucking bow down and kissing toes all day. I mean, it's embarrassing. I'm going to call you out every time I'm on Twitter. You fucking are embarrassing. Anyways, that's my video. I'm sorry it took so long, but I fucking had to get this off my chest. I hope you guys learned a little bit of history here. If you guys want to blame anybody for Call of Duty, you blame David Vonhar. I mean, he's the one that got duped into this whole initiative. For some reason, I guess he felt like 100 kill games and people having fun wasn't good enough for his game. That. I guess he had to make his mark. That Weston Zimpella made such a great game. What could I do to make Call of Duty mine? Esports, that's what I'll be known for. Yeah, and your fucking sales went down the fucking toilet. Good job, buddy. anyways, end of my fucking video. I don't know. I just hope people can look back at this one day and be like, you know what? That fucking Fist was right. He was right. Till next time. Fuck you.